Hello Aries, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot, and this is your November reading. I've got the Orion's Animal Tarot here. Ooh, already off to an auspicious start. Wow, I'm officially jealous. What was I saying? I've got the Orion's Animal Tarot here. It's the pocket edition. And I've also got the Rune Magic Rune deck and the Green Witch's Oracle deck. Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. So as always, this is a general reading for a general Aries audience. So just take what resonates for you and claim the good stuff, leave the rest for another Aries. Not everything that comes through is for you. I try to give a bajillion examples of how the energy might play out, so not everything applies for you precisely. Your rune is algaes. Okay, cool. Let's get your Witch's Oracle card. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I don't have any Aries in my chart at all. Otherwise, I would claim this all over. But I invite you to check out the videos for all of your major astrological placements, like your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, for the most resonant and helpful experience. Let's go ahead and start with your rune. So algaes here is like the rune of spiritual protection. It's like having a spidey sense. So like if your sort of gut goes off, if you get that like that gut feeling that you need to, let's have some focus here, please. Why are we not getting a focus? There we go. Like if your spidey sense goes off, if you get a feeling that something, a situation or someone is a little off, trust it. That is your spiritual protection, that you need to skedaddle or move on or ask more questions or put the pause on something. So you've got some spiritual protection in like your gut or your intuition. So honor that this month especially. And then we have the cauldron, which is like the hearth. So the idea with cauldron is a little bit about, I kind of associate this one with improv. If anyone watching is familiar with this, it's a kind of a yes and, meaning give it a try and, see what happens, and don't worry if it doesn't work. Give yourself the freedom to try. There is, in the spirit of improvisation, there's no real failure. The failure is in not trying. The failure is in not jumping out and supporting a teammate. The failure is in not contributing to the scene, right? The success is in going out there and contributing, adding to, putting something in the pot, as it were. So that's what the cauldron is, putting something in the pot and seeing what works. There's also, with the cauldron, the sense of not just creation, not just putting something in the pot, but the sense of support and nourishment. And that's what we do in improv too. obviously I'm a former improviser, but or maybe still and always improviser, but I used to do a lot more than I have been lately. And the thing with improv is that it's so much more, it's as much about supporting your team members as it is, it's more about that than getting glory for yourself. It's not about being funny for yourself. It's about creating something with and for your team and for the audience. You get suggestions from the audience and then you build a thing with your teammates, right? And so there's this sense with Cauldron that you're building something to see what you can make, but also to nourish yourself, to nourish your family, to nourish others. So there's this warmth, this caring, this nourishment that comes from trying, from creating, from the spirit of, you know, seeing what happens when we bring some ingredients together. So there is in your oracle cards this spiritual protection, that trusting your intuition, and there's also a bit of intuition with the creation piece, just trying some ingredients, giving yourself the space to play, to experiment, to nourish yourself and your team, your family, your loved ones, and giving yourself the opportunity to create. All right, let's look at the tarot and see how these themes are showing up in your month. Now, in the these tarot cards are really wonderful. In the first row, we have the High Priestess paired with the King of Pentacles. So the High Priestess is the tarot of knowledge, right? And there's kind of two parts to this. There's the part that the High Priestess shares or acknowledges that she knows, and there's the part that the High Priestess holds back. There's a sort of a sacred piece, a sacred knowledge. So there's permission here to sort of know when to hold them, know when to fold them, or know what you can share as maybe public knowledge, or know what to share and know what to keep as sacred or only for yourself or only for a limited few. So there might be wisdom that you have that you are holding back, or it could be the sort of thing where, you know, sometimes in certain situations, say if you're a playwright or working on a particular special project, it might not be ready for the public yet, but you might be workshopping it to a smaller audience. Or there might be a situation where some wisdom you have is just not for the mainstream, that you can only share it with this sort of acclimated or a sort of advanced few. It could be sort of that situation. This is paired with the King of Pentacles. Now, this could play out a couple of different ways. The King of Pentacles could be a partner in your sort of school of knowledge, or with this special project that you're working on, workshopping, whatever it is. Or it could be that this King of Pentacles is like a boss that you'll be presenting to, or even a money guy that you're workshopping your project to, that he could be your very limited audience, something like that. Take it as it resonates for you, Aries. But it could be that this King of Pentacles could have funding for you, or could have a position for you, or a place for your project, or something like that. And you will be in negotiation, or you have to present your project, or something along those lines. In the next column, we have the Empress paired with the Four of Pentacles. It's a curious pairing because the Empress is someone who knows her worth, who knows her power, who is bringing forth something into the world. And she's the sort of next step after the High Priestess. Remember, we said the High Priestess is kind of holding something back. Well, whatever the High Priestess was holding back, the Empress is bringing forth. She's putting that thing, that project out into the world. So it's launch time. When the Empress shows up, she is metaphorically giving birth to that project, whether it's a screenplay or a YouTube channel, or however it applies in your life. It could also just be like a new job, or maybe you're redecorating your house. Now, for maybe there's one or two of you out there that are literally giving birth, and congratulations. But, basically the Empress is a creative force, or someone who has the capacity to bring something very unique and beautiful into the world, and how whatever that is going to be unique to you, Aries. Now, that's paired with the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles can suggest a time when you may be withholding a little bit, like being stingy with yourself, your resources, maybe a little bit of even imposter syndrome. Not really shouting to the rooftops about this launch, and maybe being shy about whatever you're bringing forth, or whatever this change might be, which is unlike an Empress. And there's a kind of an encouragement from the cards here to go ahead and be proud and to own this moment, whatever change you're making in your life or whatever you're bringing forth. It may even not seem especially remarkable to you. Certainly to those of you that are bringing a screenplay into the world, you might be having an imposter syndrome moment, or you may be shy about it. But there may be some folks that are just kind of repainting a bedroom, or maybe just making a sort of a role shift at the office, that aren't particularly impressed with themselves. But there's no reason to be shy or hold back. There's every reason to celebrate this change, or this new position in life, or this new thing that you're bringing forth. Celebrate the small wins. Life is so short, there's every reason to celebrate these small wins and these accomplishments, and to share with the world the talents and gifts, even if you think they're nerdy or small. Put them out on social media, or share the pictures, or make an announcement. Why not? In the third sort of column here, that corresponds loosely to the third week or so of November, we have the Nine of Pentacles paired with the Eight of Wands. And this is very much news in the Eight of Wands, about, again, this could be a solo project, a hobby that takes on a new dimension, or even a entrepreneurial venture, your Etsy shop, your, again, a YouTube channel that takes off, you monetize, or, something like that. This has very much the feeling of success, expansion, forward momentum, more followers, or more subscribers, memberships, sales, commission, that kind of a progress, really. And there's the feeling here, too, that this is more of a solo project. So for any of you that have a few irons in the fire, this would be something that is more independent to you. So again, a solo venture, something you've been working on yourself, maybe even behind the scenes, or a entrepreneurial piece. And then finally, in this fourth column, we have the Two of Pentacles with the Eight of Pentacles. Again, you are working hard, and the hard work is paying off. We see more sales, more commissions. Word of mouth leads to, again, we have with the Eight of Pentacles, an increase in production, an increase in followers, subscribers, clients, however that applies to you. And again, if you don't have like an Etsy store or a YouTube channel, take it as it resonates in your situation. It could just be that you get, an attaboy or attagirl from your supervisor, a write up in the company newsletter, blogs, something similar, an employee of the month recognition with a gift certificate, coupon, gift card to your favorite restaurant, or something along those lines. And it does look like you're still kind of juggling work and a side hustle, work and school maybe, or the book club and some other creative project. Take that as it resonates for you. But it looks like you're hustling in November, and I don't know how you're going to have time to make the turkey or get to your Thanksgiving. That's, I suppose, mostly for the American viewers. But the only sort of less than glowing card is this Four of Pentacles. And that's all about how you might be sort of hard on yourself or not appreciative of yourself. Everything else here is kind of, all of the other cards are positive and growing. They're all, growing in momentum and progress and followers or subscribers or clients as it applies in your situation. So Aries, I hope you love it. If this reading has been helpful, I invite you to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. In any case, please take good care. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, bye for now.